Hello, everybody. This is Victor here from Trend Following Trading for Beginners, and here's my weekly update on my sample trading portfolio coming up next. Hi, everybody. Welcome back for another week of my podcast. For this week, it's rather relatively quiet as far as I'm concerned, but there's two things worth mentioning. Basically, it's gold and what Mr. President Donald Trump, US, is doing to China, and in this case, TikTok and stuff, and also what he have done on Friday to some people in Hong Kong. First of all, let's talk about gold. And I said before last couple of weeks, basically, gold has been going up pretty well and making new highs and continue making new highs. And this week, I think it's almost reached the 2100 mark. Is I think the highest around 2080, not yet $2,100 yet per troy ounce, but it's definitely broken above the 19180 area back in which was created back in 2011 time frame. So almost 10 years on, and here's another bull run of the gold. Silver is doing similar thing, but I think gold is always the one that's been what we're talking about. But the thing is, this is on the back end of political turmoil between obviously U.S. and China continue bickering at each other, just like divorcing couple, and of course there is also the weakening of U.S. dollars, which some people are starting to take notice. And it also said last couple of weeks have gone down to like 92 at the moment, 92.50 or something, then do a rebound. But I think definitely there is some sort of rebound is sort of due, but who knows at the moment? Because as far as trend following is concerned, the trend is down, and for the U.S. dollar index, and I just follow. This basically has a side effect on other currencies as well as anything that is in dollars term. So in this case, basically, gold is taking advantage of that and just moving up, and relatively good this week. And last couple of weeks, basically, has been just continue and continue. So it's been good for that. And you have been tracking gold since earlier year, start of this year, just like me. So we are up like 30%. It was around 1550, 1580 area. So now it's just above 2000 mark. So it's gone more than $500 for the year, and well, basically 8 months into the year, we still got another 4 or so to go. It's just relatively my initial analysis has all been all reached. And like I said before, in trend following, you never know how the market will go. It go both extremes, just like what we have back in March, and then the extended recovery of the stock market indices around the world. And gold is no different, just going to be move up and up until somebody. So I think it's unbelievable. Gone up so much, couldn't wait, fear of missing out, and just jumped in, and then the whole thing collapsed again. But I think this one still got legs to go, but there might be some short-term volatility because it's been going up for quite a while. But as far as I'm concerned, we just have to wait and see what the market will do. And then next is obviously Donald Trump. I think it was last week or anything. Talk about TikTok and allowing. Well, basically, first of all, he came out, America say he's going to ban TikTok, and then suddenly he's turned around and say, okay, I'm going to let TikTok go, and providing, I didn't shut it down. Providing he sell itself to Microsoft, and make a decision by 15th of September, I believe, and then he will let it go. Basically, he was saying TikTok is collecting information for the Chinese government, even though yes, TikTok is from China, but the server is outside China, and American just use all sort of excuse to basically say, this is not very, that dangerous, and whatever they collect the data may be sent back to China for monitoring, and basically just want to ban it. But they say it's security issues and stuff. But yet he comes in and basically saying you can sell it to Microsoft, and then whatever money that both TikTok and Microsoft agreed, the Treasury, U.S. Treasury, take majority of that payment. So this is quite. I'm sure you have read about it. It's quite barbaric. It's more like gangsters. I'm not sure. Do you like? If you watch a film called Godfather, it's just basically what the Godfather say. I'm going to give you an offer that you cannot refuse. Basically, that's what Donald Trump is saying to TikTok. Either take this offer, sell yourself to whoever I designate, and get, and then be under my control, or get out of this market. And then TikTok, I think on Thursday or Friday, turned around and basically I will sue U.S. government, sue President Donald Trump because he's not, going through due process, and the government basically stepped their foot into to private company talking about possible sales of TikTok to Microsoft, and so we just have to wait and see. So this sort of can possibly have some blessing from China as well, in a sense that. It's quite bold move. Then basically for TikTok, is they just say I'm not going to sue U.S. government, following a bit of a Huawei kind of thing, being picked on by Donald Trump, and but I think there'll be quite a bit of firework to go. But let's see how things are. But what they're actually showing is how much Donald Trump administration is bullying tactics, continuing. Do whatever he likes, basically, and tell the world that's how America going to work. And increasingly, I just feel in America just showing its ugly hand, so to speak, just bullying other people. I mean, just early in the year, send a rocket to Iraq and kill somebody from Iran, so it's Iraqi people, just a security reason, and they're plotting something against America, buildings or personnel or soldiers with no evidence. Just like he's pointing fingers to China, knowing China is, communists, do have a past history of sharing information rather late or try to cover it up. But then American, so as the West as well, were very slow to react to stopping the pandemic, reaching the shores and do something about it. And he made a big mess of things in America especially, and just try to shift the blame to China. And just rather silly. And then on Friday as well, doing some political posturing by basically banning any company or any bank to do business with a number of people in Hong Kong administration office, including chief executive on Hong Kong, Carrie Lam, and a number of these basically deputies. And as far as I'm concerned, it's just rather silly, because that's got no effect, because most of them don't have much interest in China, in US anyway at the time. Even at this hour, maybe some of the children studying there, but what does that mean? To the children, can they not study in US, or just like these 11 people that's been named by the US government? But the other thing is quite bad as well. The U.S. government, according to the Chinese resources, also on U.S. Department website, basically saw the 11 people say the date of birth with also their address. And for actually to a government to actually pinpoint somebody's address and everything else is like in Europe we have GDPR, basically Data Protection Act, and American just basically they have their own Data Protection Act, but then when is the adversary just put everything out about the other person that they don't like, including address and date of birth and stuff like that. And also what Hong Kong was laughing at that information, because the address was given was when Carrie Lam was not the chief executive of Hong Kong, but actually as a minister at the time. So it's like 5 years out or some old information, but yet put somebody's address on there. It's just like it's not very good, even though it's not current. So it just keep on showing that American government under Trump administration increasingly just like do whatever he wants and just basically point fingers at everybody else, never accept any responsibilities. I suppose that's what Trump is. And the other thing that really ailed me is when Trump was down, when he lost quite a lot of money in the non-New York real estate market, when he was like almost $1 billion down, even though he talked about it in his book. He went to Hong Kong to ask for money from a lot of rich people in Hong Kong, and got some money, and who the rich people they back him up, and that's why he got himself back onto his feet. But then now when he's up there being a president now, he show not even any kindness, just step on it. He would just say okay, it's against China because of its security laws and so forth. But it's really, to me, it's a show, because if US really want to step on it, why don't they just stop, like Iranian as well, stop the Iranian using US dollars? Why can't they just stop the Hong Kong government using US dollars? The only reason being is because US make a lot of money out of China, out of Hong Kong. Basically, Hong Kong is the stopping gap, and loads of American companies in there, especially financial companies as well, trading again with China. And every year they're taking surplus with Hong Kong against US, and then a lot of money actually flowing reverse. They make a lot of money out of the Hong Kong stock market as well. So of course they're not going to shut their own doors, stop their pocket, stop stuffing the pocket money in the pocket, So it's a bit, as far as I'm concerned, it's hypocrite. Just one way is you are bad, keep on pointing fingers at China, but I want your money, I want your market. So what's the difference? And it's very much, I don't know. I'm just basically doing research at the moment what America and the rest have done to Japan as well, and then look at what happened to Japan after the Plaza Accord, and it's just Japan basically blow up. And I think something similar might happen, but China is not Japan, it's much bigger, and also much bigger market as well. How will China respond is everybody guess, but basically this political unpleasantness going around is probably going to stay for a little while yet. And also China at the moment, I think they got some river dam problems, there's some flooding, it's reported on BBC News as well. And they are basically dealing with that rather than dealing with Donald Trump's tantrum at the moment. But I think once everything settled down over there, when the flood sort of subsided, they probably will retaliate. And it's quite simple, as far as I'm concerned. If US want to pick on China on TikTok, well, China just pick on Apple. Just pick on Microsoft. They already started anyway. I think on Microsoft they already said the Chinese government already said to their own government department not to use Microsoft and to stop using them in 5 years or something. They already said that. They probably push button to say even more than that. So I think overall China can also hurt America as well, and this tick for tax is just going to continue for some times. And this is sort of good for gold because all this political uncertainty as well. And there's also maybe some posturing going on with the US sending warship to Southeast Asia, and also push price of gold going up as well. So this gold and crude oil is things to watch out for. So basically that's my update for this week. Next is my update on my portfolio. For this week, let's start off with Apple. Basically, it's across the board just like last week, and it's just buy. Short term, medium term, long term is a buy. Not much going on at the moment for that one. It just continue moving up like last week. Amazon, same as Apple, it just continue buy. Short term, medium term, and long term is a buy. Australian dollar against US dollar, that one continues. Short term, medium term, long term is also a buy. But you see that the movement of the downward movement of the US dollar index sort of gone down to 92.50 areas, and then for this cross, basically Australian dollar against US dollar has gone to like 0.72, slightly 0.7250 kind of area, but it's going to quickly come back down again. So I think it is sort of stabilized, going around a flat line and side trade for a while. I think the movement of the dollar probably still have some legs to go, but rather move down too much at the moment, so there might be some kind of bounce. So just wait and see. Crude oil, short term is a buy, medium term is a buy, long term is neutral. For WTI, US crude, short term is a buy, medium and long term is neutral as well. For this one, it's been basically, for oil, basically it's been going sideways, slowly moving up, very, very slowly, even though the weakening of US dollars, this is triggered last week or so. Brent crude and US crude don't seem to be doing too much at the moment, as far as I'm concerned. It's still just sideways, slowly moving up. We just have to wait and see, but something watch for. Personally, I just feel that this posturing between U.S. and Russia around Southeast Asia, South China Seas, it might spark something. But we just have to wait and see. who knows. Next is DAX, and that's in Germany. Short term is a sell, just like last week, and medium term is neutral. Long term now, basically, it's done to buy. So it's just quite strange. Sometimes you just see the short term things have gone down, but then because it's slowly moving up on the long term all this chart and 200-day, 50-day moving average. So it's just it's a short term buy, a long term buy, but a short term sell here. Next is Dow Jones. It's buy, short term, medium term is neutral, long term is a buy. So Dow Jones continues sort of recover. One thing about Dow Jones looks like is I'm not sure if you actually look at the Nasdaq and then S&P 500 charts. I mean, yes, I'm a trend follower. I don't look at chart, but the charts actually I do look at as a indicator, supporting indicator, and it's doing very similar thing to Nasdaq, which done that about a couple months ago, and S&P 500 now as well. Basically, is hovering on top of the 200-day moving average. Touched it a couple of times from above, and then finding support, finding the black 200-day moving average line on my chart anyway, is doing support. So there might be there is possibility of our next 200-day moving average bringing down. This probably got legs and still continue to go. So watch out Dow Jones. You might see some more movement going up. Just have to wait and see. Next is FTSE in UK. Short term is a sell, medium term is neutral, long term is also a sell. Not much happening here. And next is of course gold, long term, medium term, short term, or a buy. We just have to wait and see here because Friday I think with the sudden increase of the price gone to like 2080 area, suddenly just reverse coming back down to 2040 or things like that. It looks like a same-day reversal again, but with the weakening US dollars, they might stay hovering around. But do watch out. I don't like all this quick move up and getting quick move down. It's just volatile. But same-day reversal like this, it does, basically a buy, basically not sure, going towards the 2100 marks and push it down. We just have to wait and see. So watch out. Next is Hang Seng in Hong Kong. Short term is a sell, medium term is neutral, long term is also a sell. So basically, this one is a bit of a, just like I said before, with the security law in Hong Kong causing a bit of issue locally, and also we have this coronavirus resurgence, third wave they call it over there, and it sort of causes a bit of an issue. So sort of reflected in the index. Next is Nasdaq. Short term is a buy, medium term is also a buy, long term is a buy. So this one sort of fluctuates a bit, and now it's gone back up to 11,000 mark, so which is good. It's good, and this time stay above it. So so the worry is the last couple of weeks having problems not able to go above the 11,000 seems to have gone away now. So this one continue to move ahead. So your is a buy. Next is Nikkei in Japan. Short term is now a buy. Medium term is neutral, long term is also changed to neutral from sell last week. So short term wise, it seems to quite fluctuating here in Japan, but it's following the lead from America. Next is silver, similar to gold, is buy across the board. Short, medium, and long term is still buy. Silver possibly have a case of trying to do a catch up, going over and capture on gold, but we just have to wait and see because last time I say once it break the $20 mark, it would just go up very quickly. My initial guess was $25, but that was just like my initial guess, and it basically went up to 28 something, and now same as gold doing a same-day reversal on Friday as well. So we just have to wait and see, but silver definitely got legs. In fact, both silver and gold, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again, I think this year is only sort of showing its face, so to speak. I think next year there's a lot more going on for both gold and silver. It's just reflection, I believe, of US dollars going down. The string of it is really weakening, and we already seen evidence of those. But US dollars index still about 92. Still haven't broken down much yet. Remember the highest was about 103, and it's gone on to 102 at the moment. So it's like 10 cents, that kind of thing. And it's a lot in quite a short term, in 6 months like that. But I think they still got some legs to go down yet. So just watch this space. Next is US dollar against Chinese yuan. Short term is a sell, medium term is a sell, long term is a sell. So that means basically, the Chinese yuan basically is stronger against US dollar. Next is US dollars against Japanese yen. Short term now is a buy. Medium and long term is a sell. Continue to sell like last week. So slowly, Japanese yen seems to have people shorting that now. So we just have to wait and see. Next is British pound against Japanese yen, and it's basically same as British pound against US dollar. For both of them, it's just buy. Short term, medium term, long term is a buy. So the US dollar index sort of show its face in the British pounds cross against Japanese yen against US dollars. Been doing that since more or less about a week or two ago, and now for these two crosses, it just continued to go up, and it's buy for cross for both. So, but we still have this worry of US, basically not US, the British coming out of EU at the end of the year, having a spat with China, with Huawei issue, not going to continue to use this 5G kit, and we just have to wait and see how things might go over that one. But the pound basically is quite strong, because entirely, as far as I'm concerned, it's the US dollar weakness. Next is Bitcoin. Short term is a buy, medium term is a buy, long term is a buy. So, like I said before, Bitcoin seems to have come up with this coil and just bounced up already from last week or so, and this will continue to go up a bit more, but still having a bit of problem going above the 11,000, 12,000 mark kind of things. It's gone up, but it's not gone up as much, and it seems to have followed gold this time. Just moving up a bit as well, so we just have to wait and see what we do. We'd actually follow through like gold, we just go to be sideways, we don't know. But Bitcoin is a bit difficult to track, but as far as trend following concern is it's basically the same rule. I'm not going to guess. Trend following never tell me to guess. We just follow the rule. When the rule said follow the trend, when the trend is up, follow until the trend bends and bite its butt. So basically at this moment in time for Bitcoin, just continue to buy. Next is iShares 20, basically a TLT ETF, and basically buy across about medium, long term, short term is a buy. And this basically just keep on showing the strength of US bonds, and the yields really going down, and just people are going to the bond as well. So there's just a disparity again now. The bond is basically, the price is high, because people are expecting, some who are going on in the stock market or some other market. And the stock market, for some reason, continue to make new highs as well in US. So it's basically on NASDAQ anyway. And Dow Jones is recovering, so is now S&P 500. So it's just like, who is the truth? Who is the source of truth? Normally, it's the bond that's always tell the truth. The stock market is one that go yo-yo up and down. We just have to wait and see who is right this time. Last time when that happens, coronavirus sort of then come in, knocked the whole thing to sixes, and then the share basically gone down. The index gone down really badly. So this time maybe something else. Who knows? Next is last but not least is Tesla. Short term is a sell, medium term and long term is still a buy. So very much similar to last week, basically, or 2 weeks ago. It's just gone sideways at the moment. The thing is, it's still continuing. It's in China. It's people recovering, coming out to work, but there's just not enough order from around the world, because other part of the world is still very much still under pandemic, and also China and US issue, and Tesla is also cutting price in China as well. So if it's selling well, like I said last week, it shouldn't be cutting prices, but it is doing that at the moment. So short term wise, I think it has already shot up a lot. We just have to wait and see. I mean, Tesla is a good company in the sense that it don't have the automobile company itself, but the self-drive thing as well as this close link because of Elon Musk with SpaceX. So as far as I'm concerned, Tesla is also a software company. Basically, the maybe artificial intelligence may not be the right word, but then at least the automotive, then the car can drive itself, and the SpaceX kind of thing, landings, landing the rocket, the rocket bit by itself, landing safely, quite good record so far. Also sending people to the International Space it's the agency, space station, and get back down successfully with the Dragon port. So it's Dragon capsule. So it's good news for SpaceX, and because of that expertise in space, it probably lends itself, to Tesla as well. So I definitely see that. Also, the battery packs also as another component that Tesla is good at. However, I mean, in a way, you can look at Tesla as a car, as software, and also the battery storage, data, energy storage. But I personally feel Tesla just gone too far for now. Yeah, we cover a lot, but it's still a car company at the moment. It still sell things. Yes, China may be a big market, but we have a continued issue with US and China spat between themselves. So how good will it be? Continue to be? I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, it's one of the main reasons I'm tracking. Is just I think it's just gone a bit bananas at the moment. But it's good for traders, who bought in earlier. They make lots of money, but short-term wise, I think at the moment just the chart is showing, so it's a trend following, showing short-term is a sell, medium and long-term still a buy, so sort of like a sideways trade at the moment. So just see how it goes. Anyway, this is the end of my update for this week, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye for now. Have a nice day.